It's the 5-month update. She loves her giraffes. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do do do. Hello YouTube and my awesome supporters out there so far. Today is Gwenona Bell's 5-month update. I'm sure you already knew that, but we're just excited about it, aren't we? You're a big girl. Yes, you are. Do 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 do. So it's kind of hard because when I have her in my lap, the way that the camera is set up, you really can't see her. And I don't want to force her to stand the whole time. She can do whatever she wants, but she's probably going to play on her little hangy toy mat play set thing that she loves so much. She just got done doing a bunch of tummy time, so she's probably not super down for all that right now, but she can lay on her back and play with the toys hanging or the toys around her and just enjoy being a baby while we go over all the things you've been doing. Your milestones and all the big girl things, huh? You want to tell them about it? Yeah, you do. You always want to be a big girl. Come on. You're trying to prove it to mom and dad every day that you can do big girl things. She's standing really well on her legs, which is one of the things that she's been doing for a while. Like, she's had really strong legs since she was a newborn, and she tried holding herself up on them. Right now, she's doing so well. It's just gotten better and better and stronger throughout the months, and she can really bear her own weight, and she can stand like this with support. Obviously, my hand is holding her stomach right now. She's only 5 months, so she's not gonna be walking all around yet, but she's bearing her weight on those little chunks. Matthew's being a great father and just changing Gwenona's diaper over there.
That's regular dad stuff. If you don't change diapers, you're not nice.
Yeah, he does them whenever
I almost said a potty word.
He doesn't really have to ask me, but I do ask him when I'm doing something, whatever. It's pretty fair. We don't go back and forth like your turn, my turn. We're just kind of like, you want to do the diaper now?
Somebody just do it.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, so like I was saying, she bears her weight on her legs, and she's rolling over both ways now. These are milestones that she accomplished at 4 months because she just turned 5 months. So obviously I've done a couple updates, monthly updates on her. Not since she was a newborn, I didn't start right away, but it's always like right when she hits that month update is when I make the update. So she actually was rolling from her back to her stomach for a while, and that was great. She was doing that at like 3 months or even earlier, like
probably 2.5.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy, but it took her a little longer to do the stomach to back, and I think a lot of it had to do with her hate for tummy time. She's getting better at it now. The carpet in her room, well, the rug, I've showed it in other videos. It's really soft. It's easier to lay on than the rest of our house. And then she has the play mat, which she's a roly-poly-oly on all the time. And then she has the puzzle piece mat that's also squishy. So I feel like it's easier for her to do tummy time on these types of things. And the bed, and of course when we do it on the bed, she's like in the middle of the bed and she's fully supervised and everything, but it's just super easy for her, which is a big reason why we really had to start sleep training. In my last update, I told you guys that her doctor told us it's a good time to start sleep training, and he gave us some advice on how to do it, and we got to it. She was doing really great the first 2 weeks. She didn't cry at all. She went right to sleep. She soothed herself. It was perfect, but for us, I think it was more hard as parents than it was for her, and we still have a really hard time. It's been about a month now, maybe a little less, but we honestly miss co-sleeping a lot, and lately it's been a little bit harder for her for whatever reason. Not too crazy, like she just kind of tired cries for a few minutes and not too long at all, and she's really good at soothing herself to sleep. So sleep training went great, to my surprise. There's the baby.
Okay.
Now that she's 5 months, she will be sleeping longer stretches, and at 4 months, she already was. As soon as we put her in the crib every night, she, like, the first night she did 8 hours, and every night since, she's been doing 8 hours, and it's amazing. When we co-slept, that didn't happen, because whenever she woke up, she saw my face, she wanted to eat, she'd wake me up, and I just did it. I feed her on demand. It just works best for us, but she doesn't do that at all. And I noticed that while we're still awake, right before bed, I have the video monitor. So I'll notice that she wakes up here and there and just soothes herself back to sleep. So I think not being right next to me is helping with that. And then 8 hours later, she wakes up, I feed her, we relax in bed. She usually takes I just got spit up on, that's fine, but she usually takes a little nap like a couple hours after that, and then we get up and really start our day. But we have fun in the mornings. Huh, bubbles? Okay, I'm going to put you on your play mat for a little bit. The 8 hours of sleep for her every night is great for me. I don't get to sleep right away, and she doesn't fall asleep super early. We did that on purpose because I didn't want her to wake up at 4 a.m. for the day when I fell asleep at midnight or so. I still have a little bit of a hard time falling asleep earlier because I was so used to not getting much sleep before we started her sleep training. So I'm trying to work myself into an earlier bedtime with her, but we're not on the same thing. So it's nice that we can relax in bed for a couple hours. She takes a nap, and then we get everything after that, like I was saying. Our sleep schedule consists of eating pretty much right before bed, and like I said in my last video, she got approved to start rice cereal, and we do it once a day. We pretty much started right away after that 4-month checkup, and we just do it right before bed, just like 2 to 2.5 ounces of breast milk mixed with like a tablespoon of the rice cereal, and it fills up her tummy really well, so it prepares her to do her good sleep. If it's bath night, we do baths before bed, usually before dinner. Even though she may get messy, we have plenty of bibs, and we usually change her into some warm, comfy, footsie onesies for bedtime anyway. So bath time, rice cereal, and then we read books. We bring her to bed, like I said, get pajamas, get her all comfy, and I like to use her like lavender bedtime lotion moisturizer right before, and then we lay her in bed, or we give her a bunch of kisses and loves before, and we talk to her in our bedtime voice, we call it. I have to remind Matthew all the time because he just gets too excited and doesn't want to say goodnight yet, and he's like, I love you so much, but we just love her so much. Anyway, we're learning to do this like bedtime voice where we're really calm and we tell her we love her and good night, you sleep tight, go to bed, all that. And she smiles and she gets excited, and we put on her little animal spinny thing with the music above the bed, and we put on the like white noise machine that we have that looks like a little owl. It has different like songs and nature noises and white noise. We put the white noise on with the little lullaby music that the other spinny thing makes, and that pretty much puts her right to sleep. Like I said, she might cry for a few minutes, more like a tired cry, nothing to be concerned about. We can tell when she really needs something, so it's actually going really well. One thing about sleep though is nap times aren't going as great as bedtime, and I think it's that we don't really have a set schedule, and I think she is experiencing that sleep regression that a lot of parents talk about around this age. I wasn't really sure that we were dealing with that because she's doing so good at night, but I realized that it is happening during the daytime where she refuses to nap. She fights napping. We try to put her down for napping. She's irritable throughout the day, and she really just doesn't want to nap no matter what we do. We'll do a ton of activities. We'll go out. We've taken her to a lot of kid-friendly places and to hang out with people and kind of like tire her out in a way with fun things, and she still refuses naps. So it's not bad every day, and it's not necessarily bad. It's just there. It is happening. I want to say that Gwenona has been sitting up with support for a couple months, and not with like a ton of support. Like I used to put my knees up and sit her in my lap as a newborn, and she literally fell asleep sitting with her back against my legs. I have a really cute picture of that. But really, like, she'll use a nursing pillow or just have some pillows on the side of her, or when I sit her directly in my lap when I'm sitting crisscross applesauce, she sits perfectly. She doesn't fall forward side to side. It's like my legs are a perfect little chair for her. So she's sitting up really well. She's pretty much always had good control over her head. Not on point as a newborn, but we noticed like she was doing pretty good at first, and now she has a lot of control over her head. So we do use our high chair when we feed her rice cereal at night. And when we do tummy time, she is really good at raising herself to like her elbows, and that's pretty much how she does tummy time now. Like her chest isn't on the floor anymore like it used to be, and she's struggled to like put her neck up, and she hated it when she didn't have control like that and able to push herself up. Now that she pushes herself up, she kind of stays there and reaches for toys. She's really good at using her hands now. She grabs everything, my hair, my nose. She doesn't really grab my piercings. She kind of grabs the dogs, not aggressively or like in a way to piss them off, but she kind of like pets them and grabs my scruffy dog's hair a little bit. And they're really sweet with her. She loves pets now. She's interacting with people and animals. When she was a newborn, she really didn't care about the animals at all. I was like, look, these are your pets. Thinking like she would show something, like the way that she looks in my eyes. It was like they were non-existent, and as time went on, she like noticed them, but now she's having big smiles when she sees them. When they turn to look at her, she laughs. When they do anything, when they play fight, she laughs. She loves to touch them. She loves to lay with them. Got some really cute pictures of her and my terrier chihuahua mix, Mary Jane, last night. and it's just super cute seeing her interact with them. And the cats now too, they kind of mind their own business, you know, they don't want to interact with her as much as the dogs do. They still love her in their own little cat way, but she likes to watch them walk all around her. Super cute stuff. So she's grabbing everything. She has a really good grip on her toys. She puts everything in her mouth though. If the dogs would let her, she would put their paw in her mouth. She tried that with Mary Jane last night, and Mary Jane was like, nope. But all the toys, her burp rags, blankets, her fingers, she's been sucking on her hammies since at least 3 months, when we noticed signs of teething the day she turned 3 months. And it came and went since then. Nothing has popped through. I think we are getting really close. The little painful teething cries have been coming back a little bit more, and we're putting that gel on there, and she's cool for a little bit. So I know something's happening under those gums, and we're just waiting. But yeah, so everything's in her mouth, and she loves any bottled drinks. It started with water bottles. It was really hot one day. We weren't home, and I was like, you want to hold my cold water bottle? And she loved it, and she was slobbering all over it, and I was like, she's my kid. She can do whatever she wants. It's not gross to me. I'll wipe it off when I want to drink it. But she loved the crunchiness. She loves toys that have that crunchy texture. I don't know how to explain it. So originally I thought she liked the cold feeling of the water bottles and the way they crunch and everything. But we started drinking a lot of Gatorade as it got hotter, and now it's summer, so we're drinking even more Gatorade, especially when we went on our camping trip. And she loves that. She likes the liquid inside. Obviously, she doesn't get to taste anything, but we have all these different colors. We have every kind of Gatorade in our house. So whenever we're drinking something that's bottled and safe and closed and everything, we let her play with it, and she loves it, and it's really cute. She does suck on the sides and even the cap. So not too long ago, a lot of these milestones she hit right after the last video, or was almost there, showing signs of things at 3 months, and now she's really hitting milestones. But she just recently found her feet, and it's the cutest thing in the world. When we're watching her fall asleep on the video monitor, she's always got her feet in the air, playing with them, kind of tires herself out and soothes herself to sleep with her hand. I go like this because she always sucks on these 2 fingers, and she's starting to a little bit on her thumb. But so yeah, she is grabbing her feet all the time whenever she's on her back. She loves playing with them, and I knew this moment would come. Eventually she's going to be trying to put those in her mouth too. This is why I do not let my dogs lick her and kiss her as much as they want to. No. So since we didn't have a 5-month checkup, we will be seeing her pediatrician next month on her 6-month checkup, which is on my birthday. I'm really excited, but because we haven't seen him, I'm not sure how tall she is or how much she weighs, but she's a grown one, let me tell you. You probably know from my other videos that she came out 9 pounds 9 ounces. Took some time to gain her birth weight back because she's breastfed. And then I think her 2-month appointment, she was 12 pounds, maybe a little bit over that. And then her 4-month, she was almost 17 pounds. She was over 16. And so now she's gotta be at least 18. She may have had a growth spurt. She could be gaining more weight than she did in those 2-month time gaps as before. It's only been a month, but I feel like she could be close to 20 pounds or she will be 20 pounds next appointment. I don't know. We'll see. But what I do know is she's out of size 2 diapers. She's a big girl. She does not fit 3 to 6 months. Whoops, sorry, baby. She barely fits 6 months. A lot of 6 months she's growing out of. So she wears a lot of 9-month and even some 12-month clothes. I don't know what she's wearing today. She is wearing 3 to 6 months, but this is rare because it's like a shirt and pants outfit. And it's one of the only ones that actually works. But any kind of onesie, whether it has the arm and leg sleeves or not, she's just too tall for. Pause. Did my fusser fuss? Do. You need a nap. 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 Now that she has been eating rice cereal for about a month, she's getting really good at not necessarily chewing yet, but eating it and swallowing it right and opening and closing her mouth right, and she's not sticking her tongue out as much, and she's showing interest in all of our food now. I knew that before we started the rice cereal, she already started watching me eat, which was like the first sign of her showing interest in our food. She was just like studying me eat, and she still does that. She just watches. And now she's like trying to go towards it, and if she's in my arms or my lap or really close by, she's like opening her mouth and coming towards me and trying to grab things, and she tries to grab my wrappers to things when I'm done with like a granola bar or something. And then of course, like I said, she loves bottled drinks, and she tries to be a big girl with those and thinks she can try to drink them, but she can't get it undone. So I know my pediatrician, her pediatrician, said when we would see him again in a month now, at 6 months, that she would be ready to eat by then, and we'll be able to give her pretty much anything that's the right consistency. But I'm listening and everything. I just think that she's ready now. She's an appropriate weight. She holds her head up and can sit up in her chair right. She's trying to grab the spoon when we give her rice cereal. She's like mimicking when I'm chewing. She's like looking at me and studying, and she's so serious and just in awe, like, I want to do that. And she like thinks she's proving to us that she's being a big girl or something all the time, like, I can do it, like, give it to me already. And we're just like, hold your horses, you know. I don't know if your tummy is developed for all these things yet, but as soon as we can, we will be trying all kinds of fun things. But as her mom, and just knowing her really well and seeing the way she's acting around us with food, I believe she's ready physically and mentally. I just don't know if her tummy is exactly yet, but I mean, she's used to all kinds of things from my breast milk. I could tell when, you know, I had something spicy and it affected her, not in a bad way, it just changed her poop a little bit. Nothing bad though. So I can't wait. Like, that's what I'm most excited for right now is food, and I know that she's gonna rely on my milk still. I don't know how much she's gonna wanna breastfeed when she starts eating these solids. I know that the rice cereal is making it to where we skip those midnight and super early morning feedings now. So more solid foods might make her back off a little bit and she'll be pretty full, but I know she'll be getting most of her nutrition from me still, all the things she needs. But as far as rice cereal goes, some people think it's pointless. Like, I've been reading a lot in mom groups, and my pediatrician said that she needed to get iron, and there's certain things that aren't as easy for her to get through my milk. I did have an iron deficiency when I was pregnant, and we had to work on bringing that back to where it should be, and then everything was great. But I don't expect it to be like super nutritious. I think it's kind of training her. It's like food training. She's sleep training, she's food training, she's learning how to work her mouth and not just suck on a breast or a bottle, because we do pump as well. I mostly breastfeed now, but I did have issues in the beginning where I had to pump a lot, and I probably will make a video about that. Another thing that I do like about the rice cereal is she doesn't spit up afterwards. I was kind of worried for a bit because I felt like she spit up more than other babies I know and average babies or whatever, and I've done research into it. I know one person in our family said that her sons like never spit up, and I was like, my baby spits up like every feeding. And I've watched other videos about moms and read forums and articles, and just some babies spit up more than others. Some babies spit up like every feeding, some only spit up once in a while, and it's not like super bad. Sometimes it looks like a lot, but it looks like more than it actually is. It's very little compared to their whole feeding, and obviously you can tell that she's eating good. But it did worry me. I felt like by now she's at an age where she doesn't necessarily need to be burped every feeding unless she's showing signs of gas and stomach pain and needing to get something out. But we do burp her because she spits up, and sometimes it's right away and sometimes it's like super random, like you ate a while ago and it's almost time for your next feeding. But it looks normal, the spit up. It is normal for her. She's just a spitting up baby, and she breastfeeds a lot, and I was worried that it had something to do with my milk too, because I saw this video where this mom was saying that her son spits up all the time and a lot, and she thought she needed to thicken her milk, and she bought something that was coming in the mail that was supposed to thicken it up, and I was like, is mine too watery or something? What's going on? But I don't want to take something to thicken it. Just like when I thought my supply wasn't doing well in the beginning, I didn't want to take something to build it more. I just pumped and made myself make more. But the reason I really don't want to take something to thicken it, even if it was watery, is because I don't need like clogged ducts and stuff. I dealt with that a lot. I was having symptoms of mastitis. It was just like sticky, thick milk. At least that's what research told me, and it made sense. And now it's not as thick, and I don't get clogged ducts, but I also don't rely on exclusively pumping anymore. Gwenona kind of fixed me when I was having those issues, when she did finally latch correctly and has been doing good ever since. The only reason I really still pump now is like every once in a while, if I felt like I needed to, I would. And now that we're doing rice cereal at night, I pump after that feeding, after we put her to sleep. That way, I clear myself out, I freeze it, and then when she wakes up, I can feed her, and I won't be like going way too long without feeding and hurting myself. So our freezer's full, and I actually need to look into donating. I know that it is recommended, if you look up what should I do with my breast milk, one of the main things is donate. If you have extra breast milk, donate. So I'm probably going to do that because we cannot keep up with this, and it doesn't last forever. It does last a while in the freezer, but it's not like you can put it in the fridge after you thaw it or leave it out as long as milk that you leave in the fridge, freshly expressed, whatever. And I think I used all my February milk because I was like forcing myself to, and now I have some March milk still, and I want to donate it before it's like 6 months old. I think it lasts 6 to 12 months, but I don't know when, like, what milk will be accepted for donations, but I need to clear some of that out because she's got plenty. And yeah, I probably need to make a video about breastfeeding and pumping and my experience and everything. I could talk about it for days. I can do a lot more, but that's not what's going on in this video. She's eating great. She just is spitting up, and that's normal. That's just my baby. It could be a number of things, you know, like she could be getting more air, she could be eating too fast. It does seem like she eats too fast, especially when she hit like 3 months. I was concerned because the time of each feeding was so short. I was like, she's not eating enough, but she just knows how to get that milk out. So she eats really fast, and I guess she's swallowing air or eating too fast. I need to have her upright. I used to lay with her a lot, especially in the mornings. I'm trying to feed her more upright now. And then you just need to keep in mind that our babies' stomachs are small. They're not meant to eat too much. Like, you know how we feel when we eat too much, and we have like that valve to help us hold our food down. Well, theirs isn't developed as great, so it will come up, and not all of it, but just need to get some out of the tank so that there's not too much going on in there. Well, that was something that concerned me, not too much. One thing that really concerned me was her cradle cap, which I made a whole video on if you want to check that out and you're not really sure what it is, or you just want to learn more about it, or your baby's experiencing it, whatever the case is. I do have a video about that, and it started to pretty much all the way clear up like when I made that video, and now it's completely gone. So when we saw her pediatrician, he told us that it was fine, it wasn't that bad, to keep doing what we were doing, whatever. But I was really worried about the hair loss, and I think initially the hair loss that she was having was from the cradle cap. That's what he told us, that it probably was that. It happens sometimes. Not all babies lose their hair when they get it, but it could be a symptom. And her hair was falling out just in the spot where it started. But as time went on, more of her hair kind of started shedding. It's not to where like it's falling out in her hands. Sometimes you see a little bit in her crib. And you know, a lot of babies lose hair back here from laying on their head a lot and how they sleep. But it's just not as thick. It's not as dark anymore. If you go to my Instagram, or even like the first video I posted with her, she had a lot of hair. And when she first was born, she had so much thick black hair. So it's scary to see that change entirely. And I do notice these little blonde peach fuzzes underneath now. So like where her hair's been shedding, it hasn't gone completely bald. It's just kind of all around the head now. It's just, like I was saying, lighter and thinner. Apparently, this is also normal and can happen to babies. Some babies are born bald and have little peach fuzzies, and it could go up to like a year old that way, and you don't have to worry about styling and all that. But I didn't realize that your baby could come out with a full head of hair and lose a lot of it. Maybe not all of it, but before 6 months of age, this is really common. All babies are different, but there's like a resting stage and a growing stage, and there's a word for it. don't test me on it because I really don't know exactly how this is pronounced, but I know what it is. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's telogen effluvium, something like that. And it's just hair loss where when your baby's new hair is coming in, a lot of times it will be a whole different color. Like, I knew her hair wasn't going to stay black. When I was a baby, my hair was pitch black and thick, and it went light brown and then blonde and then back to brown a little bit later in life. And Matthew was kind of a similar thing with his changes. So I knew it wasn't always going to be like that. I kind of just thought the hair would lighten up. But what happens is the hair, the newborn hair, stays in the follicle until the new hair is ready to come out. So the new hair is coming out, and it's just like these little faint blonde peach fuzzes right now. And the older hair is coming out as that pushes through, basically. And it makes sense, and I'm glad that she didn't just like go completely bald and something's happening there. There is growth. I don't know how long this is gonna happen for. It's already been like a month since it really started thinning out everywhere. So I do hope that it really starts coming in. I know it's gonna be beautiful. I miss her newborn hair, but it's okay. It's just baby stuff. Nothing to worry about, and she's so beautiful. So I guess my baby's gonna be a blonde for a little while. She's gonna be a blonde toddler. Cute. So back to some fun stuff. My baby has always been a happy, smiley baby. She was smiling as a newborn and eventually started laughing, and now she cracks up, and it's really cute. She's still doing that a lot. Most random things make her laugh. Actually, one of the things that's silly and cute is she is at an age where she likes to get reactions out of people, and a lot of babies do this. So you'll notice when your baby starts eating, they throw their food on the floor, and if you give them some kind of reaction that they like, they're going to do it over and over and over again. And so when you tickle them and things like that, that's why they like to get a reaction out of you. So I didn't understand this at first, but apparently her cousin does it too. She fake coughs. And I noticed the first time she like choked, it wasn't like super crazy like choking, but she just kind of choked a little bit on milk because, like I said, she eats really fast. And I was like, oh no, baby, and started patting her, and she started cracking up so hard. And me and Matthew were just like, that's not funny, honey. Like, you're gonna hurt yourself. You need to calm down. Why do you think that's so funny? And I guess she just loved the reaction that I gave for being a worried mom when she choked. So ever since then, she started doing these fake little coughs, and you can tell the real from the fake, but she does it all the time. And I thought it was funny, Matthew thought it was funny, and then come to find out her cousin, which I believe is almost 10 months now, does the same thing. And she was being babysat by one of Matthew's other sisters and was coughing, and she was all worried, and her mom was like, don't worry about it, she's just faking it, she just wants attention. So I don't know if other people's babies do this, or, you know, let me know in the comments what your baby loves to do to get a reaction out of you, because I'm sure there's all kinds of different silly little things. But mine loves to do the cough. Another thing she loves to do, which I think partially has to do with the reaction she gets and partially with just how fun it is to her, is fart noises. She's been doing these for a couple months now, and she's gotten really good at them at this point. And she knows that Matthew and I think it's hilarious. And sometimes we'll ask her a question and she'll answer us with a fart noise. And it's a little bit of sass, but it's hilarious. I think it's really cute. And when she gets in a mood where she's just like, I'm being a silly monster, she just will continue to make a fart noise over and over. Just and it's cute. It's not cute when I do it. Like, I just had to give a little, what's the word? Example, I guess that word works. But yeah, it's adorable. Even the fake coughs are adorable. They make us laugh all the time, so I guess it's not a bad thing. It's not annoying at all. I'm curious to see what things she continues to do that she likes to get a reaction for. When she does start throwing food on the floor, I might just not react and see what happens. But let me know what your baby does. Even just something silly. Following up with reactions is babies mimicking you. I think the biggest one is mimicking smiles. I know a lot of babies do this, and Gwenona definitely does it. It's so easy for me to just be like, hi. I know it might be annoying to you, but this is how I talk to my baby. I make you so beautiful. And giving her compliments makes her smile a lot, but I think just coming up and like giving her a big cheesy smile makes her mimic it all the time, and she just enjoys it and starts kicking. And babies may even mimic a frown. I try to make all kinds of faces at her. I'm always like hoping that eventually she will do that. I don't really try to frown at her too much. Matthew likes to blow kisses in hopes that one day she'll start doing that and be super cute. She is super cute, but you know, it'd be super cute. At this age, you really got to keep your baby entertained, you know? Going places, showing new environments, always reading books and having toys around, and the bouncers, and singing to them, and just playing with them, talking, joining them during tummy time, get down at their level, and they just need entertainment, and babies will definitely let you know when they're bored. I know Gwenona does. She doesn't cry too much, but she gets fussy when she needs certain things, and you can tell what it is. You know, obviously, if there's a dirty diaper or they need to be fed, that's something you catch on to really quickly when they're a newborn. But when they are out of that stage of just laying around and sleeping and eating and pooping all the time, they want to do stuff. They want to see new patterns, hear new noises, see new colors, learn about them. And it might feel early to you to start teaching them and pointing to them what things are and the color they are and reading to them, but it's really good for them. It's really fun for them. She does like to watch TV. We try to keep it with like educational baby shows, even if she doesn't exactly know what's going on. If she's gonna watch TV, that's what it's gonna be. And usually she'll be in her bouncer with the vibrations while we're like cooking or something. But we do a lot of playtime, and we've been going a lot of places lately. We went to a splash pad. Obviously she can't run or crawl around. I wouldn't want her crawling around, but we just kind of showed her the different water effects. They're like basically cool sprinklers and water contraptions that spray water and pour water on kids in all different ways, and it was really fun. She actually enjoyed it more than like actually swimming or going to the lake. She liked to just feel little water trickles on her. That was really fun. We went to, I need to sneeze. We went to this play place. It's called Love to Play. I think there's different locations in different states, but it's more for little kids. I think you have to be under 12, but they have like a baby area, a toddler area, and then all this fun stuff for other kids. And she like wasn't super about it. We just kind of wanted to check it out because if your baby's under 5 or 6 months, they get in for free and parents get in for free, and then once they go over that 6 months, you have to have a paid sibling for them to be free, and then once they're 12 months old, you have to pay. But anyway, we were like, we're all free, let's go check it out. It's super close to our house. And we did. I think it was just a little too hot for her. She definitely hates the heat like I do. We do not feel good in heat. So, learned from the experience camping that she definitely is like me. Or anytime we go to someone's house and it's hot, she gets cranky like I do when it's hot. So, she didn't play too much. We did a little bit, but we kind of just walked around, checked it out. It seemed really cool, maybe for birthday parties or just need to get kids out of the house. But yeah, we've been experiencing new places. We go to the library a lot. I've shown that in a video. We go to the park a lot. I've shown that in a video. And we just go on walks a lot, and we try to hang out with family and get out, basically, because there's only so much that we can do here every day, and we do like to walk every day, or try to at least. It depends on what's going on with life, but she definitely has a lot of different types of toys and a ton of books. Anyway, we just try to keep her busy. She has fun with the pets. We also have a kiddie pool, which is really fun. We'll fill that up and hang out in our backyard with her. It's big enough to where Matthew and I can both go in there with her. I'm sure another person could. I want to have her cousin over. Her cousin rarely comes to our house. They're around the same age. Like I said, she's almost 10 months. Gwenona just turned 5 months. We usually see her at their grandpa's house though, and it's really fun seeing them together now because Gwenona is actually more interactive and playing with things, and her cousin is on a whole nother level, and it's play. So maybe at some point soon, since it's summer and it's hot, they can come over and play in the kiddie pool together because it's super fun. I do really want to find Gwenona more friends around her age or not, whatever. We just made a friend with a toddler's son, so we'll hang out with them more. And as they get older, the age difference won't be huge, but right now it's like two way different levels. Even her and her cousin, who's still a baby, two way different levels. But we want to make more friends. I'm in a lot of mommy groups. I signed up for care.com because I figured, why not babysit? I used to babysit in California when I lived there. I started with family, like, since I was a kid, I kind of looked after everyone, but at 12 I was getting paid for babysitting, and I've done it for friends and people since then. And then I got into dog sitting and cat sitting, and I've been doing that for about 4 years. But ever since I moved here, I haven't really done that stuff. I do want to get into like fostering again because I did that for a while. It was just harder when I lived with roommates, but and I don't know if I really want to do fostering here where we're renting, but eventually I do want to get into that stuff. But anyway, I figured if I could find people I could babysit for, since I have a pretty easy baby and a lot of free time being a stay-at-home mom, we could make friends that way, and just any way we can make friends, really. I haven't really made friends out here since I got pregnant, like right when I moved here, and I had a really rough pregnancy, so I didn't get out, wasn't working, and then we kind of took it easy as she was a newborn, and now we're starting to get out and make friends, but I need to find her more friends, especially because it's getting cute seeing her play with another baby, and I do want her cousin to come around more, but they live pretty far, so maybe one of these days we can do a playdate video. I don't know. I'll talk with her mom, but she definitely is an active baby. She's getting more active and wants to play, doesn't want to nap, but she's got to because we're doing all kinds of things. Anyway, that pretty much covers all her milestones for like 4 months to now. She just hit 5 months on the 26th. So she will be 6 months, July 26th. On my birthday, I'll be turning 23. So I will see you guys then. I'm sure we will have more to talk about. She'll be eating solids and doing more. I'm sure she's growing so fast and learning so much every day. But I really appreciate everyone who watches and supports, shows us love. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Like and comment down below if you would like to. I would love that. Please have a great night, a great day, a wonderful week. Stay happy, healthy, and safe. As always, I love you guys, and I will see you in my next video. Dun-dun-dun. Dun-dun-dun. Dun-dun-dun.